This is Fresh Air. I'm Terry Gross. Senator Joe Lieberman announced on Monday that he's running for president. This week not only kicks off that campaign, it's the start of his book tour. The senator and his wife Hadassah Lieberman have written a memoir called An Amazing Adventure about the 2000 presidential campaign, in which Joe Lieberman was the first Jewish vice presidential candidate. Yesterday I recorded an interview with the Liebermans. In the book, the three-time senator from Connecticut says he will always feel that many more people went to the polls intending to vote for him and Al Gore, but did not have their votes counted. I asked him how his opinion that he and Gore should have won the election is affecting his interactions with President Bush.
People ask me, how do you feel about 2000? And I say what I think Hadassah and I convey in the book. I loved every minute of it until the end. And the end was disappointing, infuriating, all of that. But I don't forget that, because there were a lot of people who tried to vote who didn't get their vote counted, and that's why we finally adopted election law reform this year, and I hope that President Bush will help us put some money in it to make it real. But it's my nature to go on, to learn from what happened, and as a result, I have a responsibility as a senator to try to work with the president when I agree with him, and to be honest enough to tell him quite explicitly when I disagree.
Your new book is about the experiences on the campaign trail, and you call it An Amazing Adventure. That's the title of the book. It also sounds pretty grueling. Hadassah Lieberman, how do you feel about going through this again and going through it with your husband being the presidential, not the vice presidential candidate, which will make it even more grueling?
Well, obviously, it's personally challenging to one's relationship and to one's family life, because that's just the nature of what a national campaign demands. But at the same time, it's an incredible opportunity, and it's important, I believe, if you believe in yourself, which Joe does and which we do in Joe and what he has to offer this country, to take that challenge and not shirk from it.
Joe Lieberman, how does candidate George Bush compare with President George W. Bush?
I hesitated a moment because I was trying to remember during the campaign. Look, there are differences here, and that's part of why I'm running. The president, as a candidate, promised he would change the tone in Washington, and the sad fact is that the tone is more partisan and polarized today than it was before he took office, and that's not just a matter of observing a conflict. It means that we're not doing what we should do to revive the economy, to improve our healthcare system, to